All right. Hey guys, Frank here, your virtual aviation aviator, and hopefully I am live and you can hear me okay. I think I got Captain Winstead in the background, so if I can't hear you, but if you type a thumbs up or just a hi, then I know you can hear me because I can't hear myself. Ah, shoot. Stop streaming. Hey guys, let me turn this down so it doesn't bother me. Hey guys, Frank here, your virtual aviation aviator, and hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully I got one of my ace compoons online with me, Captain Winstead. If you see me turning my head this way, I'm looking at the OBS system. If I turn this way, I'm looking at the monitor, and hopefully I am online. Hey, okay. Hello, Captain Winstead. Got your thumbs up? Good stuff. Good stuff. Boeing Captain. All right. So yeah, I am in the ZiBO 737, and you know me, I am not one for short flights. So we're gonna get this bird set up and taken off from San Luis Obispo, California. That's about in the middle of California, somewhere between Los Angeles and San Francisco. Little small airport, right there on the Pacific coast. Just over that mountain ridge is the Pacific Ocean, and yeah, so here we are in the Delta. You know what? For I should be in American livery because I am flying. Let's see, that's not right. I am flying AA. Yeah, let me change liveries right quick, guys. Sorry about that. Now, how do I do this? I think I want to go here, go to customize, and get an American livery. We'll take. So I should have a few of them. I know I see this one, and I thought I had more, but this one is fine. All right, so we'll apply that. Shouldn't take but a second.
American Airlines 1.
All right, good stuff. And let's see. Now, I don't know if this jetway works. Apparently, it does. Good stuff. So let me park it back over there, because with the ZiBO, it'll call it automatically. Yeah. And if you see me looking this way, that's right. That's right, Levo. The clown show is back. And you know who's wearing the makeup? Wow, why'd you do that to me? All right. All right, the clown show is back. All right, so anyway, um, so while I get this guy set up and try to get out of here, I might not be looking that closely at the comments. Good choice, says Captain Winstead. The Boeing 737. All right, and yep. All right. So let's go ahead and get the power on. I've already did the virtual walk around, and so I don't have to worry about that. And that looks good. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is get some ground services, get the GPU connected and the ASU for air conditioning. So yeah, got those going, and we'll connect the ground system, and we'll go back here to the overhead and get our alignment set up. and just my nature to talk through everything, because I don't do this enough to have the muscle memory to be able to do it without talking through it. All right. And listen to those sounds. I don't know if you guys can hear the sound. Can you hear the sound of the aircraft okay? Let me know in the comments. Yeah. And take some time, turn up the lights here. And get these turned up. Back to my overhead. And I'm on ground power, so I can go ahead and do my stall warning. Take a while before I can do the stick shaker. So when this get down to 2, I should be able to do my stick shaker, because it takes 4 minutes before I can check my stick. But let's go through our first flow, so y'all damper can come on. And I like to go ahead and pop on all of those fuel tanks. Let's see, I am on ground power, 114, 29 volts. That look good. Battery bus look good, and we're on battery also, so we'll pop that there. Drives look good. Utilities look good, and we haven't started the APU yet. Circuit breaker lights, I don't really care about those. Emergency exit lights got to come on, and the window heat can come on. All right, and the clown show has begun. All right, so here we go. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the hydraulics before the ground crew come out, and turn on the bleeds. Now, I'm not going to turn on the packs because I've got the ASU hooked up, and my flight altitude is 380, so I'm going to turn that up to 380. And yeah, come on down and get the position strobes on. Now I can call for passengers and ground services. So we'll do that right now. We'll go to the AS to this guy and go home, weight and fuel, airside services, and we'll load our operational flight plan from SimBrief. And let's see if we got, make sure that that we've got that set up. Let's see. Now I thought I had a screen. There we go. And let's see, go here. I haven't generated the flight yet, so that's not going to work. So this operational flight plan I got probably isn't going to match up. Carrying 102 passengers and 38,000 feet, and this is my plan. And I tend to use FlyShirley, so we'll get we should go ahead and get FlyShirley connected. So let's do that, and I guess you guys can see the stuff getting made, the sausage getting made. All right, let's fly. Come on. There we go. Twin jet, yep. Patrick, okay.
Airplane team is up. Mic check when ready.
Okay, hopefully you guys can hear that pretty good.
Loud and clear. Twin jet on the ramp at San Luis Obispo. Ready when you are.
Okay, Shirley. Hold on a second. Let me get my my airplane back on screen. Let's see. So, yep. Okay. So I am doing a stream today. We're flying from San Luis Obispo to Seattle in the 737-800 by ZiBO. The stream has already started, so give away to our followers.
Nice. San Luis Obispo to Seattle in the ZiBO 800 long haul up the coast. 8 of the stream.
Hey, Flyby Fox. So hopefully you guys can hear Shirley okay. And
Sounds like it. I'm here.
yeah, okay, so I'm gonna mute you, Shirley. How about muting yourself so I don't have to change screens to do that?
Muted. Say Shirley to wait.
Good stuff. All right, so so yeah, I've got another monitor that I want to use to get rid of that. Okay, yeah, that's better. All right, so the clown show, that, you know, that's between me and another guy who's on this stream. We got a running joke. The last flight that I did was, it got way out of hand and it was truly a clown show. So the clown show has begun. All right, so here we go. We got 102 our passengers. I've already verified that that's what's in the sim brief plan, so I'm gonna go ahead and activate that, and that activates my jetway, and it should call my fuel truck and the cleaning crew to help get this guy ready. So while they fueling me up, I only got 42% of the fuel that I need to get there. So we gotta bring that up to 100% and get our cargo loaded, get the aircraft cleaned up. That shouldn't take very long. What is gonna take a minute is to load those 104 passengers. But while I'm waiting on that to happen, I can go ahead on and work on my flight plan. So I am gonna go to get the GPS version, drop it in the pad, and come back out and drop that. All right, so he just told me that he's just connected, and you can see I got some services here. Why the doors have not opened is beyond me. Let's see. Well, I got the cargo door open. All right, now the doors are opening. All right, good stuff. And let's take another peek outside. All right, so yeah, now I got catering and got all kinds of good stuff going on. So yeah, happy. All right. And so this, for me, this is the easy part. Yeah, the hard part becomes flying, which for you guys is usually the easy part. Okay, set that on legs, and let me go ahead and request the flight plan from the company, from American, and they are sending it to me. See where we are on this guy. Yep, we good there. Stick shaker test. Come on, find that click spot. Should turn it on. All right. Let's do it again. Let's do number 2. right. That's number 2 there. And let's go back and do number 1 again for you. All right, stick shaker is working. Good stuff. All right, let's test oxygen. 50%. Test it 100%. Okay, good stuff. And let's get rid of this guy again. And we got our flight plan. Sent, just need to load it. Uplink is loading. Winds loaded. Data link loaded. All right. And so we can activate all that stuff. All right. And execute it. Good stuff. Now I'm just going to copy it to number 2, just in case. Probably won't do anything with it, but better to have it and not need it. I just landed the FS-24 flight from RDU to YYZ, and I'm hoping to do that in real life in November. Cool. Now YYZ, what airport is that? What city anyway? YYZ. That didn't ring a bell. Okay. All right, so we've got that requested. San Luis, Seattle, American 5545, and that looks good. So we'll go ahead and do our perf init, and we already got that loaded, so we can just hit the load button here, and everything is filled out basically except for our our reserves. Now in this case, our reserves plus alternate is 55.08, and our final reserves is 22.27. So we're going to use the final plus alternate, which is going to be 5.5. 5.5. And by force of habit, I use this thing, 5.5. And the fuel should be 16.5. I got 16.6. Wait a minute now. 19.7 or 19.8 rounded is what I want. So since that hasn't been fully put in, let's just go ahead and drop it in up here in our planned fuel to make sure we get a match if we need to check, and we can execute that and move on to limiting stuff. Now, what I like to do at this point is, as soon as my fuel is loaded, I can go ahead and call for passengers. But in the meantime, what I want to do is go to, let's say, actually I meant to get SayIntentions started, so let's see if I can't get SayIntentions loaded. Okay, good stuff. Yeah. All right, so where was I at? Okay, we were doing the, we were about to do the fuel calculations, or the performance calculations to get our V speeds. All right, so what I want to do is go back to, I think I want to turn that one off, yep, and looking good. All right, so this is the focus window, and I want to go to this, focus this window.
Ground flight deck, fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
And do my takeoff. I'm going to turn off the improved climb, check everything, make sure everything looks good. Optimum flight settings, optimum thrust, yep, I'm okay with that. Don't need any ice, so make sure that's off. and go ahead and run the calculations. Okay, so what I have is runway 29er and heading 290, elevation 212. Okay, I'm happy with that. All right, so we're gonna do flaps 5, take off derate 20% with a selected temp of 30, and the outside temperature is 20, so there is some difference. The altimeter is showing at 29901, so I'm gonna go ahead and set that to 29901 right now. Okay, good stuff. And yep, I do need to get the IDAS. And Toronto, no, we're going to Seattle, and we're in San Luis Obispo, Kilo Sierra Bravo Papa. Okay, the field elevation I know is 212, so the 29901 looks good. Surface is dry, so our V speeds ought to be 135, 135, and 144. All right, so we're gonna do a derate 20% with 30 on the selected temp, and that's gonna give us 93.3 on our N1 max. So that beats revving the engines up to 100%. All right, so we pop that into takeoff, and we do flaps 5 and see how close. Oh, you guys can't see that. Let me change monitors. Okay, so I pop that in, and I got 93.3 as our reduce N1 thrust, and I know we're gonna do flaps 5, not 55, so drop that in, and I get 136, 137, and 144 versus, and I'm not gonna pull this back over, but that was versus 135, 135, and 144. So they are within a knot or two, so I'm just going to accept what the aircraft calculated. Aircraft calculator does a pretty good job. All right. So with that said, let's go ahead and call the passengers. So I can call them by turning the fasten seatbelt sign on along with the chime. Okay. And so I am going to go ahead and get my ATIS right quick and let's get that from here. Let's see, KSBP. San Luis, yep, that's correct. And I usually get it this way. I always go to the airport, go to airport info. That shows me my parking and the stuff that I need. ATIS is 120.6. So let's do 120.6, COM 1, Shirley.
120.6 standby set.
You know what? I said 126, 120. No, it's not 121.6. That's actually ground, so you can leave that where it's at. But I meant to put 120.6 in COM 2. So let's do that, Shirley.
COM 2 standby set.
Okay, and I'll go ahead and swap it.
Highway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
That November.
San Luis County Regional Airport. Arriving and departing runway 29er, 25. Wind 310 at 15. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 20, 2.14. Altimeter 299er1. Density altitude 800 feet. Arrival metering in effect. Expect possible airborne holds. Advise on course heading, altitude, and in flight following is requested. Read all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November.
All right, so we got November.
San Luis County Regional Airport. Information November. 2356 Zulu. Arriving and departing runway 29er, 25. Wind 31.
Okay, so we've got November. We've got our, let's see, we don't have a clearance here, so we can, I think we do have ground, so we can actually follow our flight plan with ground here. Tower is going to be 124, so let's go ahead and put that in COM 1, Shirley. All right.
124, COM 1 standby.
Thank you. You're an officer and a gentleman. Well, at least an officer. I don't know about the gentleman part. Chuckles. Anyway, yeah, so here we go, and this is us here. We're going to be taxiing the 29, and at this airport, we don't need a push and start permission. We can do that on our own. So yeah, let's see where our passengers are. We got 58% of our passengers loading, and they are coming on board. It would be nice with this glass jetway to be able to see them walking down like you can in GSX, but maybe one day, we will see. All right, so I am streaming in 4K, and the frames and everything seem to be keeping up with me, so I'm happy about that. And let's go ahead and put in our winds because they are material. We got 310 at 15. At 15. All right, get that in. Runway is dry, and that looks good. So as soon as we get our passengers aboard completely, then we'll put in our center of gravity, and but we can actually go ahead and verify these V speeds because they're not going to change. And that's going to be 144. Heading is going to be 290. And our top altitude, let's see, what was our flight plan? I need to go back and look at the flight plan. So I am jumping into SimBrief, and we're going to depart on the Creek 3 direct to PRB. I think that's Papa's Roselle, I think. I'm not sure. It's in my neck of the woods. I do want to give that flight plan to Shirley.
Ready, go ahead. Reloaded.
Okay, can you repeat that back for me, Shirley?
Ladies and gentlemen, the boarding doors are closed. Flight attendants report doors for departure. Cross check, fair price straps, and by phone.
Com 1, not Com 2. So
Give us a ring if you need anything.
you're not hearing Shirley? Let me know if you can hear Shirley okay.
Call 1 standby, 124.0.
Yeah, Shirley, repeat back the route, please.
Kilo Sierra Bravo Papa, runway 29, prep 3, Papa Romeo Bravo, direct Romeo Bravo Lima, direct KMGM, Hawks 8, Kilo Sierra Echo Alpha, runway 34 left.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff. And how about okay, yeah, you made that a pilot note. I appreciate that, so I can hopefully have a quick reference to it. And yeah, all right. Crete, Pablo, Kingdom, Hawk CH arrival. All right. So with that said, passengers on board, our trim is 5, and we can go ahead and call for pushback.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, we had them guys push us way back out here. And let's get our APU on and get the ground stuff missing. APU. All right. Low oil pressure light is what I'm looking for. There it is. All right. So I know it's firing up. And let's dismiss the ground stuff. Well, let's give it a chance to start up first. All right. And make a quick peek. Okay, I was going to make the announcement, but it's being made automatically. So just to let them know that it'll be a little bit delayed, that we're working on getting out of here. Our off block time is 2:20. I think that's gonna be 6:20. So yeah, we're just about on time. Maybe we're running about 5 minutes late on pushing out. All right, let's get this on that, and let's see if we got our, yep. All right, let's get off of ground. And we can turn our packs on now. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that's pretty cool. One thing about this is that the aircraft would usually take care of my doors for me. So right here, you see that that I don't have any doors open. Oh, you were making a joke. Cool. Yeah, I don't have any doors open. So, but yeah, I can also verify that. So yeah, this plane will tell you a lot if you once I know how to read everything. Last time I was flying the level up, and all of my keys, you know, if you ever watch those accident reports, they usually say it's a series of small things that lead up to a catastrophic failure, usually on the pilot part. And on that last stream, none of my stuff was working. You know, all the stuff that I got automated now, like my left look, my iPad right look, none of that stuff was working. So, you know, here I am trying to move to it, and I was just getting overwhelmed. But this stream is not over yet, so I'm still subject to get overwhelmed. Trust me, guys. All right, so I think I've done all of my tests. I know I didn't test my lights. It's probably a little late in the game to test them, but as late is better than never. Okay, looking good. And I actually started my APU without checking my squibs, but again, that was a no-no. But late is better than never. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, you generally want to follow a checklist so you can do this stuff in the right order and not in a potpourri order the way I'm doing it. All right, let's get this. Check the bottles. Got those bottles are full. Those bottles are full. So hopefully, if I get an engine fire, I can put it out. All right. Yeah. So, what is next? What is next? All right. I didn't hear. I thought I called better pushback. Let me try it again.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
All right, let's do it again. I thought I did this. All right, right here. All right, and I did hear him say tow is driving up. Yeah, a lot lower than. Okay, there is my tow. There's my tow. So yeah. And let's go ahead and switch our radios to the right frequencies, which the next people we're gonna talk to is gonna be ground. So make sure that's on VFR 1, which it is, and that's on VFR 1. Yep, so I'm ready to talk to ground. And I'm leaving this takeoff reference here until after I
all
get
doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
until after I get my trim set, so that reminds me to set it. And setting my trim also hopefully will remind me to make sure that my flaps are set, because I got a tendency of taxiing all the way to the runway, taking the runway, and then putting in the flaps. All right, so that's RTO, and we're still on APU. Let's see, we got a cabin ready call, so the cabin is saying that they're ready. We can clear that. And we'll turn on our...
So connected and flight test and in service. Release parking brake.
We'll turn on our probes after the engines are running. All right, we're releasing parking brake.
Starting push test. And you may start engines.
And like I said, at this airport, I don't need to get permission from tower to start the engines. So let's go up here, turn off the packs. All right, come on down. And the collision can come on. Come on over to ground. And we'll start number 1. I got in2 rotation, monitoring. And this should be levers, not switches. Okay, my tiller is working, that's a good thing. All right, 25, I can give it fuel. Looking for fuel flow. Got fuel flow, oil pressure is coming up. Good stuff. EGT is coming up. Nice, good light off there. She's doing what she should do. Okay, start a cutout. Good start on number 2. Let's start number 1. All right, got in2 rotation. Listen to it. I don't know if you guys can hear it roaring. I can hear it. Okay. Airplane, don't fail me now. All right, let's give it some fuel. All right. And fuel flow, waiting on it. There we go. Oil pressure is coming up. And ground want me to set the parking brake. Standing by. Okay. And we'll get fuel cut out at 55. There it is. All right. So while they're lowering the airplane, let's go ahead and do the before taxi procedure, which will go on the generators. Now I have a flow. I tend to go down. I start here and I make sure that all of that's good, and then I come down, and then I come down here, and then I come down here again. Go ahead and get my probes on. Come down and keep coming down. Fans okay. Packs can come back on. Isolation valve can go to auto, and APU can come off. I keep on coming down. 38.
So it's disconnected. Bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
And I think our landing altitude is going to be somewhere between 0 and 50. So I'm going to go ahead and set that to 50 now. And come on over. I just keep coming down and keep coming over. All right, so the lights look good. I can go ahead and turn on the logo if I want to, but that's not really necessary because it's light outside. I go ahead and turn my ignitions on continuous and turn my APU off, and that completes my before taxi. Now all I have to do is turn my taxi light on and get taxi clearance. All right, so I already got ground tuned and we are ready to taxi. San Luis ground, American 5545 is ready to taxi. Ah, shoot, I never got my.
5555 San Luis ground, runway 29 taxi via Alpha. Contact tower 1410 short of runway 29. And confirm you have information on your end.
Now, big mistake that I made. I never got my clearance because I want this to be an IFR flight, not a VFR flight. So, so let me contact them again. San Luis ground, disregard that clearance, that taxi clearance request. Now, if this was Herman, I could say it all in one thing, but now here I'm seeing an amber light, so that tells me I got fuel in my center tank, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop those on. And that should take care of that amber. And let's see, I didn't get a response on that disregard, but let's see if we can't do this. San Luis ground, we'd like to pick up our IFR clearance to Seattle. And I didn't tell them who I am. I better write that down. I'm American AAL 5545.
American 5545 through the Seattle Tacoma via the crazy departure in that file. Climb to maintain 4000. Expect by number 380
Captain, we're 10 minutes past our scheduled off-flight time.
Expect runway 29er.
Okay, so I'm 10 minutes late on getting off blocks, but let me read this back. Fortunately, with SayIntentions, I can pull it up and read back literally what he said. Cleared to Seattle Tacoma via the Crate 3 departure, then is followed, climb and maintain 4000, expect 38010 10 minutes after departure on 127.725, squawk 5772, expect runway 29er, American 5545.
American 5545. Read back ready.
All right, read back correct. And 4,000, let's get 4,000 dialed into the MCP. And let's go ahead and, now I know I missed putting in a departure, so let me get that done right quick.
Hey
I
folks, welcome on our trip to Seattle.
should have did this
I'm Emma, and I'll be looking
before
after you today. Please take your seats and stow your hand luggage safely. If you need any assistance,
before
just
I-
let me know. Thank you for flying with American Airlines.
This is why we use the checklist, because I should have did the arrival stuff earlier. All right, so now I can ask for taxi, and San Luis ground American 4575 ready to taxi. And I know I can.
American 5545, runway 29er, taxi Alpha.
290 taxi by Alpha, American 5545. Okay, taxi light on. Shirley, can you set the squawk code? Oh, must be on a downhill. Started to roll backwards. Shirley, can you set the squawk code?
Folks will be taking off soon. Please buckle up and keep the cabin tidy for departure. I'll be sharing important safety information shortly, so please pay close attention. Thank you for
Okay.
flying with American Airlines.
Shirley? Wake up, Shirley. Shirley?
Squawk 5772 already in.
Okay, good stuff. And there was something else I was going to ask you to do. Let's see, he gave me a,
Want the taxi light on? Still showing off.
it's actually on. Let me turn it on the Bravo, and then you'll be able to see it in your telemetry. The honeycomb Bravo, for some
Got it,
reason,
showing.
affects that. Okay.
Tac.
TCAS, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that on tower, get that out the way now. Flaps and trim, thank you, Levi. I told you. Okay, trim is 5, so we good there. I tell you, what would I do without you guys? And yeah.
Left line, clear line. We got you.
That's right. Okay, tax in at 10 knots here. Okay, flaps 5 is set. And flight directors need to come on, so we'll do master first. Let's see.
Flight director's on copy.
Yeah, I just have to do it this way. Wrong one. Do this one first. Now do that one. Okay, good stuff. All right, let's put in our L. Oh yeah, I know what I want to do. I want to kind of run through my flight plan right quick. So I'm gonna go to plan and hit the legs page and go to step, crepe. Okay, looking good, 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 looking good. Okay, I get the squander, and then I got a discontinuity, so let's clear that. Okay, so let's go back a page and previous page. All right, let's go. Yeah, okay. All right, looking good. Don't stop. All right, so happy with the with the flight plan.
Plan looks clean.
Yeah, it looks clean. All right, so we can execute that. And we got VNAV data, I hope. Okay. Taxi lights are on. And let's go ahead and switch to tower. We're on tower frequency. San Luis Tower, American 5545, approaching runway 29er, ready to depart.
American 5545, San Luis Tower, clear for takeoff runway 29, winds 300,
Approaching runway 2.
Clear for takeoff, runway 29er, American
Runway 29 just
5545. Okay. So let's do our
Stand.
test. All right, that passed. I know I heard a buzzer, but I always do. If it was a solid buzzer, then I would be concerned. Okay. Now, this is yeah, exactly. This is where it gets hairy for me because I have a hard time anticipating all the stuff that's going to come at me. Shirley, do you remember what the departure frequency was? If so, put it in COM 1, standby. All right, lights. Took the runway without my lights. Shame on me. All right, and here we go. Tower. Okay, let's go up to about 40. Engine stable. Auto throttle, clock set. Toga. Come on, airplane, don't do me this way. Toga. All right. Yoke to the pushed in forward with 80 knots. Check. Rotate.
Positive rate.
You're up. How about that? Clown show off the ground. All right.
American 5545,
1,000.
Bug up.
Climbing nicely, 4,000 to level off.
Approaching runway 29.
Auto throttle cut out. Okay, speed is back up. All right, let's get up to the flight director. All right. Departure, American 5545, climbing through 1700 up to 4,000.
Coming up on 4,000.
I did not hear them. 120. Okay, surely I thought I asked for the departure frequency, but I don't see it in the box. Can you put it back in? Can you put it in?
1,000 to go.
Okay, and let's get that swapped. I'll swap it. Departure, St. Louis departure, American 4555 approaching 4,000. Climb and maintain 10,000 direct crate. American 5545. Direct crate, okay. And let's do 1,800 feet. And V now. All right, flaps up. Auto throttle kicked off. Auto throttle back re-engaged. V-nav. Okay, flaps clean. Gear up. We should be clean. All right. After takeoff procedure, RTO off. Continuous emissions off. And gear handle off. Quick check on the pressure, and pressure is climbing. Good stuff. No amber lights on the MCP. Good stuff. All right. Climb and maintain 11,000. American 5545. All right. 11,000 in the box. And we're doing a V-nav climb. Hopefully they won't level us off and we'll get all the way up to our cruise of 380 without having to level. Okay. 250 knot speed restriction is being observed. Airplane, don't fail me now. All right. So it makes a difference to some extent when stuff works versus stuff not working. All right, I even get to look out the window at the terrain. All right, so I'm gonna turn down the outside environment noises so I can pop outside and explain. Explain is my kind of plane, my kind of American plane. Okay, I won't quit my day job. All right. So,
as we go.
They're gonna level me off. Climb and maintain flight level 190, American 5545.
Cabin service will begin shortly. Thank you for your patience and enjoy the flight.
190, and we caught it before we leveled, so good stuff. All right, 10,000, let's get our lights off. 2 clicks on this side, 1 click here. It take me forever just to turn the lights off. I see other guys streaming, and boy, they be so fast with those lights that yeah, make me go, whoa, why am I so slow with stuff? But hey, I got a lot more years on them. And those years tend to slow you down. All right, in 299, and actually I can clear this bottom You know what I didn't do? It's too late now. But I did not do a flight control check. Oakland Center on 128.7, American 5545. See ya. 128.7, I think, Shirley, whatever I said the first time. Thank you. Oakland Center, American 5545, passing 13,600, climbing 19,000. I don't think Oakland Center heard me or something. I'm not hearing them. I got something that said climb and maintain flight level 270, and I did not hear that. Fortunately, I can pull it up and read it. Climb and maintain flight level 270, American 5545. So I need to ask them something so that, see if I can't hear them. Oakland Center, American 5545. Can we get an altimeter check? .92. It popped in, but I'm not hearing it. I don't know why I'm not hearing it. But I am going to go ahead and go to standard here. So standard across the board. And while I'm climbing up to 27, I've got to take a quick break, guys. Biological break, and I'll be right back. Would be nice to have an overhead panel. I got the link to CP Flight or SysMo. If you need a link, then you can get I can get rid of the mouse. I know, right? Maybe in my dream of dreams. Be right back. Okay. I know. In fact, I've got a PU CDU CDU sitting right here, and I was using it earlier, and every time I punched a number, I would get 4 numbers. Now, today I'm using it and it's working perfectly. At least at the moment, it's working perfectly. So I'm happy about that. All right, so I got a fuel light on. That means that I'm out of fuel on my center tanks. I can confirm that here. So I need to go up here and pop these off. And my fuel indicator went out. All right. Now, I do get notices, but not the way Airbus do it. Like if something were, let's say I had something go wrong with the hydraulics, then since I'm in a sim, I would never know it unless I just happen to look up here and see a hydraulic light on. Whereas with the Airbus family and the Boeing 777, 787 family, I get something here in the ICAS, or yeah. So missed that. All right. So let's take a look at Seattle. So I am going to go. Turn that off. All right. So I am going to go to Seattle right quick. And incidentally, guys, I'll show you something. Anybody know what VFLC stand for? I don't want to cheat, but I do this acronym challenge every day, and so far my score is like 90%. But usually when I get something, all right, 1,000 to go. Did I get another? I bet I did. I bet I did got another climb. Let's see. Look back at SayIntentions. Climb and maintain 360. Climb and maintain 360. American 5545. All right. 360. And I have to go to vertical speed because it already caught it already had caught the level off. And all right, and then bring that on up to 36. Now, if my cruise level is 38, you wonder why don't they just give me 38 now? Be done with it. I need to stop SayIntentions 36. I need to stop SayIntentions and close it down and reopen it because I can't hear it. Or maybe there's something else. Let's see, what am I streaming? Okay, yeah, you guys can see the airplane. I want to make sure you guys can see the airplane because sometimes I mess around and pop a screen up and not go back to the airplane. All right. Got the mountains below me. So, X-plane does not look as beautiful as Microsoft Flight Simulator. I give you that, but I'm happy with the way it looks. Okay. And F12. I'm trying to get my Toby eye tracker to work. And the way I have to do it is I have to go here, make sure it's not running in the background, don't see it, and then restart it. So just bear with me. Which is, there it is. Okay. So that should restart it. And would like to pull that out of the way, but I can't until it loads. Okay, now I can pull it out. All right, and with that app running, then I have to go to settings and make sure that the eye tracker is enabled. Okay, and now it should work. All right, so I got a hotkey to turn it off and on. I think I got a hotkey to turn it off and on. All right, so F12 should be my hotkey, but it's not working. I had to go back and try to set all this stuff back up, and maybe I missed that, so let me just check. You guys get to see the sausage being made, keyboard, and see what F12 does. Yep, it's not turning the eye tracker off and on, so let's clear that and type Toby eye tracker and toggle F12. Okay, and pause was going to be Alt F12 or Control F12, I don't care which, and then reset can be Alt F12. That ain't right. Alt F12. There we go. All right, so I can turn it on. Okay. I got a warning outside that said something about replays. I am not trying to do a replay. So let's see, hit F12 again. Not working. Let's see, let me try reset. And then F12. It's not working. Oh well. Now, if I wasn't streaming, it would be working perfectly. That's just the way it goes. Look at it one more time. All right, toggle F12, that is correct. And I also need to make sure that it's turned on here. See that got turned off. All right, F12. F12. It's not. I'm hitting every button but the one I want, but it's not remembering to stay enabled. Every time I click done, it's kicking off. Shenanigans. Have any of you guys ever had stuff where something didn't work, something, you know, invariably something is going to go wrong? Okay. All right. And I bet they gave me a higher to 38, but I didn't hear it. Let me check SayIntentions.
1,000 to go.
Yep. Climb and maintain flight level 380, American 5545. Yep, they did, but I just didn't hear it. All right, so I'm not going to hear the handoff, so I'm going to close SayIntentions and reopen it. One thing about it, it tends to remember where you were at. So you'll see me reopening it because it's going to reopen in my main screen, I believe. SayIntentions, where are you? There you are. Oh man. Somehow or another, I started recording.
1,000 to go.
I don't need to record. Are you sure you want to stop recording? Yes, but I don't want to stop the stream. And I can stop the replay buffer in OBS, because all of that stuff just put wear and tear on the what am I trying to say, guys? Help me out. On the GPU. Okay. So let's go back to look at those clouds. Look at those clouds. Now, I'm not so sure. Say again, Shirley. I guess I can take you off mute since I'm in cruise. And if you've been talking, Shirley, I have not been hearing you either. I can see you echoing, so I'm gonna have to end your flight and restart it so I can hear you. Okay, so Shirley has been ended. And let's bring Shirley back. Okay, I can hear you now. All right, and I want to know if I can hear SayIntentions. So I'm gonna have to ask for a mic check. Oakland Center, American 5545. We want to make sure our mic audio is working. Mic check. Okay. Loud and clear. American 5545. Thank you.
Beverage service. We have some delightful options today, including our signature cheese platter and refreshing fruit juices.
Yep.
After the service, I'll be around with some treats from the airline shop. Enjoy your time in the air.
I don't know if you guys were able to hear the cabin crew talk about what the snack beverages might be, but they got cheese platters and refreshing juices. I guess I'd do an orange juice if she asks me. That mini panel is for what do you call that program? X camera. Now I swapped between X camera and ABC, a better camera. So now should be, let's see, at least I used to swap. Man, that's not set up. What's going on with my keyboard commands? All right, let's clear that. And let's put this in. Yep, see, I don't have anything tied to that. Toggle, see, X camera. Let me fix this, guys. Sorry about this. X camera toggle. Okay, so that's control. That's control. Backslash. That's actually the wrong slash. X camera should be. Shoot. This guy should be not that, but this. Okay. That should toggle it out, and then let's no, that was wrong. It was exactly what that was, and then the toggle should be this. There we go. Okay, and then once we toggle, then we get into ABC. There is my. That was why, because Toby is not compatible with the X camera. So I can lean back, look up, I can lean in, look down. But
Nice, tracker's alive. That view swing looks great.
yeah. So now with the F12, I can turn it off. Okay. All right. So that was the way things were supposed to be working. The problem was, and there was another key, control slash, it started the G camera, and it didn't. I did it. Let's see if it's set up. See, it's set up to the default control C, shift C, and I don't use shift C. I like the G camera to be control slash. So you get to watch the sausage being made again. And see, I want to call it G load. All right, and make this guy, get rid of that guy, and then make it control shift, control backslash, done. All right, and then that should fix this up here. Control backslash, yep. All right, and with that said, I can get the G camera loaded to see the turbulence. Of course, the air is nice and smooth, which is a good thing. So, so slash toggles the X camera off and on. That's X camera, and there's an X camera view. These are X camera. All right, toggle X camera off. Now I'm on ABC camera, and I got those mapped too. Okay, that's X camera. I mean, that's ABC camera. Yep. So my cameras look good. Oakland Center on 119.75, American 5545. Okay, and Shirley, did you get that 119? Yep, you got it.
1975 standby.
Oakland Center, American 5575, correction, 5545 is level at 380. Good evening. All right. Can you guys hear Oakland Center in chat? I'm just curious, because since I can't hear chat, then I'm not sure what you guys can hear. And yeah, that's why I'm asking chat. So, and since I'm in 4K, my delay is a little bit longer than a lot of people's. Yep. And I won't call you Shirley. Chuckles. Have you noticed the new voices for SayIntentions? By the way, I cannot hear Oakland Center. Yeah, I have noticed the new voices by when I was at San Luis just now and taking off, the controller was talking so fast I could hardly hear him. Somebody asked in chat if I had noticed the voices, Shirley, so that's what I'm referring to. So let me see if I can't get SayIntentions, turn that up louder, and let me see if I can't get them to say something. Oakland Center, do you have the time?
.5545, time 1902.
Hey, Captain White. Would you like anything to drink or a small snack while we're cruising?
You know what? I don't think she can hear me because I never did set that key up. So there's no need for me to respond to her. So were you able to hear Oakland Center respond with the time? Cool. And I know you heard the stewardess, not stewardess, the flight attendant. They don't like to be called stewardess. You know, one of them Democratic things.
Oakland Center, Delta 3701. Good evening, maintaining flight level 380.
Delta 3701, Oakland Center, good evening.
Okay, that's chatter. That's somebody else on the frequency. Yeah, that was a Democrat thing. I'm a Democrat, but one thing that annoyed me about the Democrats, about us Democrats, is we think everything is a bad word, you know, want to change the language up, and that annoys the hell out of me. But anyway, I digress. I don't do politics, but so I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay. Let's see. Let's change our lookout. See how far we are from our top of descent. And looks like we've got a pretty good way to go before we get there. Try the super view. Pilot view. Thought I had a view. Let me go to this one. And EFB, I want I had a view specifically for MCP, not MCP, but the PFD. That's what I'm looking for. I think this is it. Yeah. I thought I had it mapped to number 1, but it's not. So, if you guys don't mind, we'll do a little bit more housekeeping. If I get this all done, the next time I stream, hopefully this stuff will be done, if it remembers it. Okay, so X camera, control panel, and that's mapped to key number 2, which should be number 1. So it looks like it's mapped correctly. So let's do it again. Number 1. All right, so this is a quick way I can do it. I can do it like that, bring it like this, and tell it to remember that camera. Control.
Camera is saved.
There you go. That worked. Cool. So now I got that saved. All right, but that's only in X camera. If I go out to ABC camera, which this is ABC camera, and then hit that same key, keep numpad number 1, then it's this one, so I can bring that down here, move in closer. That's as close as this one is gonna let me move in. And if I hold the control key and tap number 1 twice, it should remember it. All right, so now that should be remembered. Okay. So yeah, that's how we do stuff. that's how we do stuff. And let me make sure that my hide screenshot outputs is off, and they are. See, I love these keys. The problem is remembering them, because I don't have any reference to where they're at except for right here in my head. And if you're like me, you know that, well, you know. All right, so I want to get me a shot of this aircraft. I'm trying to find a good angle. Yeah, get the contrails, get the pilot, and let's see. All right, boy, that looked just like me, doesn't it? All right. All right, here's my shot, and shift spacebar, and I got it. So all of these shots that I capture automatically become part of my screensaver. So when I'm not streaming, my screensaver cycle randomly through all these pictures that I make in a random order, so I never know what's coming up, and I got them set to stay 1 minute. So sometimes I can just sit at the computer, sit back, and just look at my just enjoy looking at my screenshots. So yeah, and I do that with Windows. You can just tell Windows to go to wherever you store your pictures and scroll through them in a random fashion. Want to see the cabin? Okay, good stuff. All right, and let's see, let's turn this way. But first of all, let's go down here and unlock the door. That way we should be able to open it. And now ZiBO does have a system that allow me to put passengers in, but the passengers were I believe he set that up back years ago when when passengers were well, anyway, they look like they come out of a magazine. They look terrible, so I tend to keep them off, but I just turn them on. And yeah, ooh, drop my keyboard here. Shift, hold that, get my mouse. Yeah, so these guys are in first place. See how that looks like she was clipped from a magazine, and most of them look that way, but interestingly enough, I just bought rear ops today, and I don't know if I'm gonna really use it that much until I didn't even know this young lady was right here. Hello, this is your captain. Hope you guys are enjoying your flight. Let's see if I can walk a little faster. You guys in economy, and I got more passengers on board than I thought, because a lot of them below the seat, so I can't really see. And then let's see, let's see, I was trying, let me go back to X camera, and had a key set up to show me the jets, a wonder view of the wing and the jet engines, but that stopped working. But anyway, yeah. So how did I get those passengers? I just showed you, but I'll show you again. Okay, so if you fly to ZiBO, then you go to main menu and hit this forward arrow, and that gets you to configure and customize. Click that guy, and then visual effects, and now I can turn, one of the effects were never modeled, but I can turn on reflections, which they're on. Gauge reflections are off. In fact, I turn them off. You can, well, it's in this light, you really can't see the difference. It's so vague. So hardware throttle on ECAS, that's the ghost throttle, where I can see it moving automatically. No, on ECAS. That's not what I'm thinking of. But anyway, passengers are here. So they were on hide, and all I did was just click this until it said show, and now they're in the cabin. Strobe effect in cockpit is on, so VR particles. I don't do VR, and show FPS in an error number. Let's see. I've never known where the FPS show up at. Oh, it's showing up right here. Okay, so yeah, go ahead and turn that on for whatever, for all that matters. There's 3 pages of this, and I just don't even bother to mess with this. I want everything on. And EFB colorized, yes. If I turn it off, I think it becomes 2 colors, but 3 colors. But yeah, and yeah, so hopefully that answers the question on how that works. All right, so I can see my top of display coming up in roughly 300 nautical miles. So I know it's this green, and if I go, let's see, it would need to be up in here before to show up if I do this, if I come down 1. So yeah, but we're getting there. We're getting there. You know, I should train since I don't normally really use the checklist, I guess I could train myself to try to use this one. All right, config, check, flaps, stab trim, takeoff brief, cabin, MCP set, transponder, strobes on. But the problem for me is all of that is an extra click. And the extra click adds to my workload. So, which is actually the reason why I don't use the checklist, because it just adds to my workload. So I'm in cruise and climb, landing lights. Did I turn them off? I believe I did. Yeah, I did. Landing lights are off. And this right here does point at whatever. It's a good learning system because it does point at whatever you need. Passenger, I never did turn that off, did I? Which I really should have. I really do always try to remember to turn them off, or at least the auto. Transition altitude, I know I set that. Cross check, I got that set to happen automatically. Before top of descent, my route for arrival as needed. Okay, that's a good idea. So I usually would do this guy. I can close this down, and we're going to Seattle. All right. So with that said, what I do need to know is I'm coming in on 3-4 left. So coming in on this is the chart. I don't know, since I'm in 4K, this stuff tend to be really small. Let me see if I can't make it larger. So I'm coming in on 3-4 left, which would be this runway here. So I know I want to exit to the right. Fortunately, I don't have any choice but to exit to the right. And I know from experience, I'm going to exit either Elko, Zulu, or even Charlie. Elko, Zulu, or Charlie. So at some point, SayIntentions would tell me what my gate is. So I do need to bring up some gates. Go back here and look for parking information. Parking gates. All right. So I'm gonna have this one in set up for 20-9B. So if they tell me, it'll show up usually right here, and which parking gate to expect. And when I get to the airport, hopefully I can find my parking spot. All right. And so what I'm doing is I'm briefing stuff that I'm going to need to know later. So I also am going to need to know, at least I want to know, what my arrival looked like. So I can go here.
American 5545, contact Oakland Center on 119.975.
Contact Oakland Center on 119.975, American 5545. Shirley? All right. And I'll swap it. So I got the Logitech radio sitting right here in front of me, guys. So a lot of times I'll swap it. A lot of times I have this view, but I will swap it and you won't see the swap because I'll just reach up and swap it. So just give you a little info on that. All right. And that was Oakland Center, I think he said. Oakland Center, American 5545, level at 380. Good evening.
American 5545, Oakland Center, good evening.
You said something I didn't quite understand. So rather than ask him, okay, you said good evening. I thought that's what he said, but I'll be the first to admit, guys, in my old age, from all my years of loud music, and I still love loud music, I'm getting hard of hearing. But give me my old school and let me pump it up. Yep. Okay. Where am I? Okay, so here we are. Where was I at? I wanted to pull up my arrival. All right, so I was going to go back, arrival, and if I recall, see if I can't recall that arrival from memory. I think it was the Glass R, but I'm not sure. Shirley, what arrival am I doing? Shirley? Shirley, wake up. guess I talk so much, Shirley be like, look, I ain't listening. That's Gemini. Don't need Gemini. Shirley, I was asking you what arrival am I doing? The Hawk CA.
Hawks 8 to 3, 4 left.
Yeah, when I pulled, I did have you pin the pilot the route notes, so really all I had to do was just look at it. Okay, so that's going to be this guy here. And I'm coming up from the south. All right, so chances are, I don't know if I should do the, let's see what's in my plan here. Next page, previous page. Okay. So I'm looking for Hawks. Okay, so there's Hawks. So Craig, so I'm coming up on this one. So I'm coming up through this way. All right, Kingdom. I remember seeing Kingdom. Previous page. Okay, so my next waypoint is actually Kingdom, and 156. I'm 155 nautical miles from Kingdom, so I should come up this way on up through Whistler and BTG. So yeah, on up through here. And since I want 3-4, then it's going to be a straight in. So let's go ahead and pull up the chart for our arrival. Our approach. 3-4 left, I think I recall. Yep, 3-4 left, unless ATC change it, which I doubt they will. So let's get that chart. Okay. Is that Mount? That's Mount. I think that's Mount Olympus, outside of Portland. Cool. How about that? We get to see Mount Olympus. Let's verify that that's Mount Olympus. That's what I like about the Avatar. Let's see. If I can remember how to get out of here. Let's see, search. Maybe if I click here, nope, click there we go. And then go to maps. And say that again, Shirley. Oh, really? That's Mount Shasta. I don't see Mount Shasta. I don't see Mount Shasta on the map. I see Ball Mountain. Sure that ain't Ball Mountain? Let's see. If I see Tombstone Mountain back this way, I can't tell. But I'll take your word for it, Shirley, because you're probably better with geography than I am. And you're probably right, because I passed Ball Mountain and I'm not seeing anything. Oh yeah, Mount Shasta, you're right. You're absolutely right. I'm seeing it now. Thank you, Shirley. It really is. It's gorgeous. I bet it's a big tourist attraction in that area. And I'm one of those Fly by Fox says it's Mount Fuji. I'm one of those guys who rather go to the mountains and hang out than, come on, I'm trying to get out of here. Who rather go to the mountains and hang out than go to the beach. All right, so here are my charts. Still sitting there waiting on me, and yeah, so it's gonna be a straight in, which is why I didn't have to do any transitions. Yeah, Hippo 5,000, Josta 4,000, Jolin around 2,400, where we should pick up the ILS and be on a 3.44 degree descent down to the runway. All right, so that's briefed, and I am, let's see, what window do I want to leave this on? I'm gonna leave it here, so when I bring up the avatar, that would be the window that show up.
American 5545, contact Seattle Center on 134.9.
Let's see, Mount Rainier is in Washington, so that's close to where we landed. And Mount Hood, I think, is what I thought that was, and Shirley told me that it's up around, let's see, I think Mount Hood is up around Portland. Right. Rainier is at Seattle, Hood is at Portland. I think I might have missed a call, so let me check SayIntentions. Contact Seattle Center on 134.9, American 5545. Seattle Center, American 5545, level at 380. Good evening.
American 5545, Seattle Center. Good evening.
Yeah. So I didn't even know that Mount Shasta existed. So learning opportunity for me. Okay. One thing I like about the Boeing is there are two ways that I can speed up if I wanted to. I could go here to cruise and change this target speed, which right now is 0.754, even though I'm only doing 0.72, but I could change it. Let's see, let's change it to 0.76 just for, no, I'm not going to change that one. I'm not going to mess with that one. But the other way is to do a speed intervention, which I could go here, click this speed intervention button, and what that does is it turn VNAV off and give me the opportunity to change the speed. I can click it again and you'll see VNAV is not on. That's why I'm not doing 0.75. So we were 10 minutes off block, plus flying slower than we should have been. which means that I'm behind schedule, which is a good reason to use the speed intervention and speed up to 0.8. So we will put this bird in the wind. Okay, so yeah, making up some time here. And you see my N2s come up to 95, and they'll go down as soon as, hopefully as soon as I reach the cruise altitude. This guy right here should come down to this level and I'll be at 0.80, and that's actually 253 knots indicated. All right. Okay, so the other thing that I need to do while I'm here and got some time is I love mountains. Yeah, I love mountains. Like I was saying, I'd rather go to the mountains than the beach. Somebody asked me in chat, Shirley, if I like mountains. And yeah. Now, I used to do a lot of hiking, and I would go to the mountains and hike the Appalachian Trail from time to time. At least, well, I was doing it every summer. Then it got so I started doing it every 3 summers, and now I don't do it at all. So, but yeah, love the mountains. Anyway, let's get some landing performance work done. All right, so I got 2 places where I can do my landing performance. I can go to flight. I can go to the EFB and go to, let's see, fuel, weight, and balance and do it here. Or I can bring SimBrief up and do it in SimBrief. I think I'm going to go ahead and do it in the EFB today. And it knows the airport of Seattle, so I need to tell it which runway. 34 left, okay, and the Mac G, I just leave. I think the conditions are going to be dry. Wouldn't hurt to get the winds. So I'm gonna go to Flight Sim Support, Airport Search, and let me make sure you guys can see this. Yeah, flight, and then I'm gonna search for Seattle, and I didn't put the K in. KC. All right, Seattle Tacoma, large airport. Scroll down, shows me my runways. I know this is 34 left here, and I can get my runways. 34 left is going to be a 9,400 foot runway, 150 feet wide, concrete surface, and it is lighted. I got my frequencies and any nav aids that are around. There's a VTAC on the field and a couple of NDBs nearby, but I'm not going to use any of those. But the main thing I want is the weather. All right, now I could have asked Shirley for the weather, but I wanted to show you this website page that I've been working on. Okay, so flight category is VFR. Winds are going to be variable at 5 knots. Here's the actual METAR here. Temperature is 27, dew point 13. The current time at the airport is 1:53 UTC, and I think I need to add 8 hours to that to get the local time. So, so I think that's going to make it 9:53. That can't be right. Maybe I subtract 8 hours. Anyway, we'll figure that out in just a minute. Visibility 10 miles, and our altimeter is going to be 2996. So, yeah, I mentioned that we could figure out the time. I do like this guy here. So, where I'm at, it's 2238. But for Seattle, then the UTC is 1838 now, and that's actually this Zulu time minus 8 hours. Okay, but that's not what this is about. So let's bring that back and drop it to where it's supposed to be. Okay, hopefully that worked. All right, and 2996 is what I want to go ahead and dial in the in this guy, 2996, and winds were light and variable, so I'm just going to leave that at 0. The temperature was what was it, 21? Was it 21? Look back over and see. Shirley, you recall what the winds were in Seattle? I tell you, my memory is really short. I'm trying to bring up the web page. Problem is, I'm not bringing it up. Well, Shirley, give me the METAR for Seattle. Shirley. Shirley. Shirley.
Seattle, Blueberry, 5 miles, view at 23,000, 2.27,
27.
27, 2.13.
Okay. And that was 29.906. Okay. All right. And we're, let's see, for a 9,500 foot runway, I think we can land with flaps 30. Yeah. Even though I got a tendency of coming in hot. So let's see. Air conditioning is going to be auto, and the ice is off. Brakes, we will use auto brake 2. Yeah, auto brake 2. We should have plenty of room to stop if I come in on speed. And our landing weight, let's see, right now we're at 131.6 gross weight. We've got probably roughly, let's see, 320. I would say we got roughly 200 nautical miles to go. And according to SimBrief, we are burning about 5,000 miles, 5,000 pounds per hour So that's 10,000 pounds over 2 hours. Actually, we'll just be conservative and make it 11,000. Yeah, we'll just make it 11,000. So 131 minus 11.5 should give us 120.5 for our landing weight, somewhere thereabout. So we'll take that for our landing weight, and we'll add 5 to our VREF. That's kind of a standard, and so that's going to give us a VREF of 130 with flaps 30. So we can go ahead and put that in now. Clear. And oh man, my math was way off, huh? At this speed, yeah, you're right. We're not 2 hours away. I think I did the math backwards, and rather than, yeah, I should have divided that rather than multiplied it. Yeah, you're right. So rather than 131, let's just make that 127. That sound better, Shirley? All right, we'll just do 128.5 then. Your math is a lot better than mine. All right, so that gives us an extra 4 knots rather than 140. The VREF is 144. Flaps 30. Man, what happened here? Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the mouse for this because the CDU gave up on me. 130/144. All right. And there's, yep, you're right. And I haven't heard a handoff in a while. 135, 134.9 is still our frequency, so yeah, we're good. All right. Yeah, top of descent is about, I'll tell you in a minute. It's about, yeah, it's about, let's see, 80, 120. It's about 100 miles to our top of descent. Yeah, we do have a tailwind. Brown is 489. True is 461. So yeah, we're making up that time. And when we get to top of descent, I do want to go back to the VNAV speeds. So I should be able to press this button again and it should return back to 0.75. Now, it should, whether or not it will, remains to be seen. Okay. Right, we are getting there. All right, so we got our approach done. Now there is an acronym called WARN. Anybody know what WARN is? WARN. It's a quick airline mnemonic that means weather, approach brief, radios, and navigation. So,
Weather approach radios, nice one. That's new to me.
is that new to you? Yeah, that's in my acronym database. Have a chance to.
Adding into the mental toolbox. Handy for a top of the century.
All right, so we still got 80 miles, 85 miles or so before we get to the top of the descent. So,
Plenty of quiet time.
yeah, how about that? Okay, so nobody told me what VLL, Victor Foxtrot Lima Charlie means. What about it, Shirley?
Not one I know is standard. Best guess was someone stretching loud and clear. What's your database say?
Victor Foxtrot Lima Charlie means, see, vertical flight level change. That's what it's going to be. Vertical flight level change. VLC is flight level change, and V makes it vertical. All right. How about that? Vertical flight level change. Got it. In autopilot mode that climbs or descends the airplane to a selected altitude while maintaining a constant airspeed, often simply called FLC or FLCH. Did you get it right? Yes. I gotta be logged in for it to log it. So let me log in. And as you can see, these are my acronym challenges. 76 plus 8 are 84 of them with a win rate of 90%. And I'm gonna add that one to my win rate. And yes, all right. That changed from 76 to 77. All right, good stuff. Now, go to the acronyms and what acronym was I just trying to get before that? I don't remember.
American 5545, contact Seattle Center on 121.35.
Contact, standby. Hold on, Shirley. I gotta, I'm gonna have to accidentally repeat
American
that.
5545, contact Seattle Center on 121.35.
Seattle Center on 121.35, American 5545. Seattle Center, American 5545, level at 380. And let's see.
American 5545, Seattle Center, good evening.
Say again, Shirley. You were oh yeah, top in about 75 miles.
75 to run. I'll keep quiet till then.
Okay, and I was going to show you guys something in the acronym data somewhere on the website, but I forgot what it was, so it ain't that important. All right. All right, so I meant to turn this off long time ago. All right, so yeah. Oh, don't let me forget to, well, I might as well do it now. Go ahead and cancel the speed intervention. And I did so. That brought it back down to 70.75, mark 0.75. So the engines are cutting back. And I should have left it at 0.8 until I got to the top of descent. But to be honest with you, I was afraid that I might forget and start be coming in the airport at Mark 8 trying to figure out why I can't get the airplane to slow down. You know. Yeah. Besides, it's only a few knots different, but hopefully I made up some of that time that I lost. Now, if I had changed it here in cruise, then the cruise would have compensated, and I wouldn't have had to change anything. It would have recalculated the descent angle and everything, and it would have been all good. So that's the difference between the two different ways of changing your airspeed. So, but I chose to do it this way. All right. Exactly, and to change it in cruise, but have the computer recalculate the descent numbers. So Warsaw, the time now is 20:53. If I click on progress, then I can see I'm going to get to Warsaw at 0258 Zulu. So I got 4 minutes to Warsaw, and just guessing maybe a minute and a half after that would be my top of descent. Now the top of descent is under 40 knots, so I can actually change this guy to 40, and I was expecting to see the top of descent show up. There it is. Yeah, so but right now I kind of want to have a little further situational awareness, so I'm going to go back to 160 so I can see what's coming up. And so we are ready for our descent. We got our warn, we got our weather. We as far as the radios go, we're using ATC. Approach brief. We're going to come down via the SID, so not the SID, but the STAR as our brief, and navigation. Yeah, we are. We got the charts ready in the avatar.
American 5545 descends via Hawks 8 into Seattle, landing north, altimeter 2996.
Descend via the Hawk 8 into Seattle, landing north. That would be the 3-4s, and altimeter is 29.906. American 5545. Okay, we got that in. The only thing that we didn't do is put our minimals in. We didn't put our minimals in. We probably won't need it, but come on. Bring the avatar back up and go to the arrival, not the arrival chart, but the approach chart. And the minimals for the ILS in our case is going to be 579 feet. Okay, so we can put that in. And one thing I like about this, yeah, can you set that? I didn't know you could. Nope, it didn't happen. Yeah, all right, so 579 barrel, and we're winding up here. $579. And if I wanted to, I could give myself a little buffer by setting it to 585 or 590, but I'll just keep it at 595. And then let me, since we're descending, let me bring the altitude down. I'm gonna bring it down to 10,000, and they'll probably have me raise it back up to like, they'll give me something different than 10,000. So I'll probably wind up changing it. Okay, VNav is set, so it's time. I should start that descent any moment now. There it is.
Folks, we have left our cruising altitude and are starting our approach to Seattle.
Yeah.
Please return to your seats, stow any tables, and fasten your seatbelts. Thank you.
And fasten your seatbelt.
All right, good stuff. All right, doing a scan, making sure everything looked good. Now, one thing that can bite you with the ZiBO, not the ZiBO, but the 737-800 is you have to dial in the stuff yourself, which I should have did while I was in cruise, but it just dawned on me that I don't have it in as I was looking at the MCP. So let's get that chart back up. And surely my localizer is 110.75. I need that on both nav 1 and nav 2. You know, this one has a updated nav. I'm gonna have to put it in because the nav is digital. 11075, yeah, and ILS is correct, so I can swap that in. Now I have to change this one from VOR to ILS, so now I can put it in 11075. Is that right? Okay, yep, and swap that in. Okay, now I got both my frequencies in, and I just need to put my final course in, which is 334. 344. 334. I couldn't hardly say it. 344. All right. So let's get that in on both sides. All right. Good stuff. And there's that those minimals again. And yeah, let's see if I see myself on the arrival chart yet. Where's the arrival chart? This is the arrival chart. Yep, there I am. So here I am right here, coming up towards Kingdom. So, let's see, let's go back here to legs. Pateria, Craig, Hawks, Lime. You know, I don't even see Kingdom in here. Let me look back at the chart. Okay, Pateria is there, so that's going to be the next. That's where I'm tracking to, and the flight level is 220 or above. Yep, that's what's in the FMC. Okay, good stuff. See, now this more or less is the flight that I meant to do last time, Levi, but it ain't over. You know, before I get cocky, and start saying, hey, you know, see, this is the way I fly. I gotta land this bird, because I've seen some rough landings in my day. Shirley can attest to that. That's right. Right, passing Kingdom now. Even though I see it on the chart, but not on the FMC. Yep. Okay, so what's our missed approach altitude? Missed approach altitude is climb to 9,000, climbing left, heading 300 outbound on CVO Aura radio 310 to cross Wex Zeb at above 3,000. So and then climb to 5,000. So our missed approach altitude is initially 3,000, and then 5,000. Yeah, 3,000 before Wex, we zip, and then 5,000 after we zip. Pray tell we don't miss the approach. Sun is in the west. Kind of hazy out there. Yeah, let's look for Rainier. I think I can see Rainier. I think this is it. It's too hazy to really make it out, but I see oh no, there it is. Yeah, I got Rainier. It's yeah. And so I got Rainier here, and up here see. Wait a minute. That's not Rainier. This must be Hood. Because I'm going to pass this. This must be Hood. And I think this is going to be Rainier there. Okay, I got some peaks. And yeah, and that peak there is too far away to be Rainier, because Rainier is really close to Seattle. Yeah, I see a bump in the distance that I think is Rainier. I see a bump right here that I can just barely make out, and I think as we get closer, it's gonna grow. Right now, kind of like a pimple on a face. But then again, actually it might be
American 5545. Contact Seattle Center on 126.6.
Seattle Center on 126.6. American 5545. See ya. Seattle Center, American 5545, descending through 18,000.
American 5545, Seattle Center, good evening.
All right. Okay, 2996 is in the box across the board.
American 5545, contact Seattle approach on 119.2.
Contact Seattle approach on 119.2. American 5545. I keep wanting to say 4555. Seattle approach, American 5545, descending through 17,000.
American 5545, Seattle approach. Good evening, Seattle altimeter 29906, cleared sounder transition. Expect the ILS runway 34 left, approach into Seattle. Let me know you've got information November.
Clear Sandra transition. Expect the ILS runway 34 left, approach into Seattle. We'll let you know when we got information November. American 5545. All right. So let's bring our altitude down to 3,000 for fear that we level off at 10,000. I've had that happen too many times, and they'll probably vector me soon, but that's okay. And let's we should, yeah, and I need the avatar. ATIS is 118.0, COM2. Still too far out. Oh no, I need to put the monitor on. Not monitoring that frequency, so that's why I'm not getting the ATIS.
ONS. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. Seattle Tacoma International Airport. Information November. 0253 Zulu. Arriving runway 34 left. Departing runways 34 right, 34 center. Wind 350 at 7. Visibility 10. View at 18, 18,000. View at 23,000. Temperature 25, dew point 13. Altimeter 29906. Density altitude 1600 feet. Undetermined drone activity in the vicinity of the airport. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact. You have information November. Seattle Tacoma International Airport. Information November.
Okay. Seattle approach. American 5545 with information November.
American 5545, good evening.
All right. Let's see. So. Okay, 245, and we're okay without the boards, without the, we don't need the speed brakes, so we're good. But if I get 10 knots too fast, I think I'm gonna deploy them. So I'm deploying speed brakes. All right, landing lights can go on.
Folks, we're beginning our final approach into Seattle. Please turn off your electronic devices and stow them until we arrive at the gate. Ensure your seatbelt is fastened and your seat is in the full upright position. The weather in Seattle is currently 25 degrees Celsius with clear visibility. Our assigned gate is gate D10. Thank you for your attention.
Okay. Now, the clown show begins. All right. All right. Still got the boards deployed. Still 10 miles over the my speed. Okay, I can get them off. Now every time I
5545, descend and maintain 5,000.
Descend and maintain 5,000. American 5545. Okay, I got 3,000 in the box. Change that to 5. I was tempted to leave it at 3. Because I
American 5545. Descend and maintain 4,000. Clear for the ILS runway 34 left. Approach via Thunder.
Descend and maintain 4,000 for the ILS 34 left. Approach via Sandra. American 5545. Okay, we're coming up on Sandra now. And he said 4,000. Get that dialed in and go vertical. Coming down to 1,500. And actually I'm going to come down a little bit faster because this always happens. I need to be down and find myself too high. Let's get the boards out. Boards are out. coming down at 2,500 feet. I need to back that back to 2,200 to 2,000 feet so I can slow down, because I should be trying to get to 230. And I actually should be even slower. So I'm gonna bring that down to 200 because I should be in Bravo airspace. Okay, so now I can get the boards back in. Get the auto throttle re-established. Airport is in sight. Go ahead and arm my approach. And come on, girl, slow down so I can. Okay. I'm gonna deploy the gear to slow me down. And I should pick up the glide path. Okay, gears down. Let's get some flaps out. And let's get the auto throttle back on. Right. Okay, just caught the localizer and the glide slope, so we are established. All right, they can hand me off the tower anytime.
American 5545, contact Seattle Tower on 119.9er.
Seattle Tower on 119.9, American 5545. Seattle Tower, American 5545, established for the ILS runway 34 left.
American 5545, Seattle Tower, runway 34 left, winds 350 at 7, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 34 left, American 5545. All right, let's bring that speed back. All right, gears down. All right, and missed approach altitude was what? 3,000, then 5,000. Okay, so 3,000 is set. All right, you guys buckle your seatbelts. All right, let's bring that speed on down to our ref, which was what was it, 145, and we wanted 145 flaps 30. right, let's do some hand flying. It's my airplane.
Approaching runway 34 left.
1,000 feet stabilized, Mr. Perch, altitude set.
Looking good. But we ain't landed yet. Flare.
20.
American 5545, contact ground point 7.
80 knots.
Okay, this should be Charlie.
Remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off.
This is Zulu.
Keep the aisles clear of all carry-on items. Take a moment to check your seat
I
back
think it's
pocket
Zulu.
for any personal items, like tablets and cell phones. When you open the overhead compartment, be careful.
Yeah, Zulu.
Items may have moved in flight. And thank you for choosing
All right,
American
FLT. Flaps, lights.
Folks, welcome to Seattle. We arrived a little early today, so thank you for your patience. Please remain seated until we've come to a complete stop. On behalf of your flight crew, thank you for flying with American Airlines. The local time is 8:25 p.m.
All right. Ground on point 7. Ground on point 7, American 5545. American Seattle ground, American 5545. Request taxi to our gate, and I didn't see the gate pop up, so let's see what they give us.
American 5545, taxi to gate D10 via Charlie, short runway 16, confirm.
Taxi to gate D10 via Charlie, hold short runway 16 Charlie, cross 16, then cross 16 Charlie. Okay, cross 16 Charlie. All right. The strobes are still
Approaching
on.
runway 16 center.
Yep, strobes are still on. We want strobes on while we're crossing these runways. Then we'll hold short 16 left. We'll hold short 16.
American 5545, cross runway 16 left.
Cross runway 16 left, American 5545. Okay. Clear and clear. Yep.
Approaching runway 16 left.
Okay. Okay, we're on APU power. And strobes can come off. And I'm going to ask for a progressive. Seattle ground, American 5565. Can we get a progressive taxi to our gate?
American 5545, taxi to gate D10 via Alpha, progressive taxi path activated.
So you didn't have the seat belts? That's okay. I don't think I made you bump your head today. For one thing, the airplane cooperated. There's United over there. And I've got the taxi chevrons, so I don't have to study the taxi chart to get to where I'm going, which unfortunately that's making me lazy, because since I got the chevrons, then I don't have to find D10 here. So D10 is right here, and I am, oh shoot, where am I? Oh man, where am I? I don't see me on this chart, but I'm right here, and I think D10 is over there. D10 is there. So D10 is up in here. So, but I don't have to do all of that since I got the what am I trying to say, guys? The progressive taxi. But he told me taxi to gate via Alpha. Yeah, I'm trying to remember what the original instructions were to get to the gate. And taxi to gate D10 via Alpha. So it's just via Alpha. So yeah, that should have been easy enough. Let's see if I see a sign that says Alpha. All right, I'm gonna give away to United, because United would not give away to me. And I think I do need to follow United. Now, SayIntentions is not aware of the traffic that's here from Traffic Global, so there's a good possibility somebody is in my parking space, in which case I will steal the parking space from them. By stealing it, if I take it, then their airplane would disappear. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'm following United, but trying to get my view back the way it should be. So I would have had problems with this because I don't see anything that indicate Alpha. So I would have been looking for Alpha, and I can't. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, because I'd have been like, all right, maybe I should turn up in here somewhere. And I know you can't see where I was pointing, Shirley, but I was pointing to a place on the taxi, on the airport chart.
Fair enough. Hard to follow a figure from here. The Chevrons are the better guide anyway.
Right, you are. SayIntentions did a phenomenal job mapping all the airports across the world with taxi instructions. Of course, they crowdsourced it, and that was a brilliant thing for them to do. Rather than, yeah, go ahead. So this Delta embryo is in my spot, and I'm gonna steal it. Okay, so I'll get the taxi light off. Taxi light is already off. I didn't turn it on. All right, and go ahead and make this turn into this spot. See, I got some lights on, the runway lights. No. What lights are on? Something is shining brightly. What lights do I have on? Okay, well. Yeah, I want the navs on. Taxi light should show off. I've got a docking station that's going to help me park. Yeah, it's telling me to go to my right.
Flow to ground, Canadian 101. Yo, good evening. Clear to runway. Ready to taxi to the gate.
Following the guidance in, nearly stop.
All right.
Taxi to Terminal Gate 3 via Delta Golf Canadian 101.
We're in. Welcome to Seattle.
Just a reminder, we do need medical services at the gate. Do we have those in place?
Yeah, I was able to take off the makeup. No makeup on today.
No readback required. Canadian 101.
Okay, Shirley, I appreciate you flying along, and let's get the let's see. As soon as I turn off the beacon, the jetways ought to attach.
Prepare for arrival and cross-check, thank you.
Pleasure riding along. Beacon off and let them plug in. You were in the parking spot.
Okay, let's see if the jetway do what it's supposed to do. Yep, automatic. All right, so let's get everything shut down here. Is this the last flight of the day, or should I leave the airplane for a quick turnaround with another crew? To be honest with you, I don't even know how to leave the aircraft in a quick turnaround state. Shirley, you want to walk me through that? Because I always shut it down cold and dark. I don't know what I need to leave on and what I need to turn off. I do know I want to go ahead and turn the probes off though, so let's get those off. One that heat can go off. Passenger shifts. Let's see, let's make sure our passengers, let me make sure the passengers are deboarding. Yep, 10% are already off the airplane. And cargo is being taken off. Yep, so we are doing good. Now, what was you gonna say, Shirley?
Transit stop top, the big one is leave the IRSs in nav, don't switch them off, and keep the battery on. Then APU running with this generator on, engine gens off, packs on for the cabin, fuel pumps off, hydraulic elect pumps off, probe heat off, beacon off, one shut down, flaps up, park brake set, leave your FMC route loaded for the next crew to modify. Everything else stays powered.
All right.
At the gate, engines cool, all yours.
Okay.
Parking quiet at gate 10. Good flight.
Show you right. Okay. Seatbelt
Shut down
signs.
and secure at Seattle. Enjoy the rest of the stream.
Seatbelt signs off. Clear that cabin call. Get the kids off the airplane. APU stays on. You said the APU stays on, correct?
Correct. APU stays running and powering the airplane for the next crew.
All right, good stuff. All right, and fuel pumps, you said turn those off.
Right, fuel pumps all off.
Y'all damper should usually turn itself off, and nav stays on. All right, so it's ready for the next crew. All right, so
all set for the next crew. Great flight, and thanks for letting me ride along.
Thanks for your company, and thank you guys, Flyby Fox and Levi, Captain Winstead, all of you guys for helping me get this guy landed, and of course to you too, Shirley, for helping me get this guy landed and these passengers safely to Seattle, Washington from San Luis Obispo. So.
Anytime, Captain. San Luis Obispo to Seattle. On the numbers and a smooth one. Thanks to the crew and chat too. Catch you next screen.
Okay, so that does it for Shirley. And I always forget the replay. So maybe we can do that right quick. The landing replay. So that would be Alt-R, and we'll pull that back, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back. That's about right there. Get this view here. Get rid of the Avi tab and let it rip. Yeah, I agree. It was a good flight. To be honest with you, it was one of my better ones. I usually am not this clear, and when I'm trying to fly these airplanes, and I can easily get overwhelmed. Sometimes I can easily fall behind the airplane, but today I was able to keep up with it. I might fly it tomorrow and and it become another clown show. So I want to see how the wheels touch down, see what my flare looked like. And I tried to hold it off a little bit. Okay, there's my flare. Holding it off. There's my reversers. Look at there. I was way off center line, so that was not cool. But I'll take it. Let's do one more time with the not that far out. One more time. the flyby view. That's the flyby slow view. Good stuff. Look at the scenery. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Not the best, but it's not a Microsoft Flight Simulator, but that's not too shabby. All right. And I'm looking for the runway. Where is the runway? Show me the runway. All right, there they rabbits. Good stuff. I meant to slow it down. Don't want to go back that far. Let's see. Go here. Bring it in. And is it? Yeah, it's running. All right. All right. So as soon as I get over the threshold, I want to change the view. There's the threshold. And sweet. Just off center line, it would have been a perfect landing if I had caught the center line. All right, so I do have some landing statistics. Did they go away? I think they might come back once I jump back into the sim. They did go away. Let's see if I can't bring them back. Show in replay, enable log. Well, they usually stay until I close the sim, but this would tell me, let's see, it would have told me how, if I'd have looked, how far off the center line I was. But yeah, all right, guys. Let's see where my passengers are. That maybe they are all off, and then we can call it. Let's see. Well, they're just about all off. I am going to deboard the airplane and leave it to the flight crew to hold the airplane down while the next crew arrive. So again, Flyby Fox, Levi, Captain Winstead, and anybody else who happened to lurk, I appreciate you guys, and until next time, as the Beverly Hillbillies used to say, y'all come back now. You hear?